All right, JC, let's start right there. 13 straight games, get it, fair. Having said that, Judge is just back. He's been hitting well. He hits well at Camden Yards. Boone said he's leaning towards not playing him, and he had alluded to that prior to the series beginning. That viewpoint has to change, doesn't it?
It would if I was making out the lineup card. I'm not making out the lineup card, and I understand that Aaron Boone has more information about Aaron Judge's condition than we do, and that sports science enters into this, and that we've entered into an age in baseball where teams do believe if you play a guy 140 to 145 games, you're going to get more out of him than if you play him 155 to 160 games. But, Bob, the at-bats that he has had, the way their offense showed such life around him right now, you need to win a series tomorrow, and so I think that Aaron Judge should be in the lineup. He had 6 innings of defense in right field, and then Boone removed him from the game. I'd also like to think that when the Yankees brought him back and said he was ready to play, that the belief was he could play at least 3 games in a row. Now, Boone's talking about they have 13 games in a row, and sure, he's not going to play 13 straight, but does the day off have to come on day 3 when you're feeling good about your offense right now and you're feeling unbelievably good about the way Judge looks at the plate?
And I have to think a large part of this is the conversation he'll have with Judge. How does he feel? How's the toe? Also, a compromise would be a DH day tomorrow.
Right, and I think that if he did play tomorrow night, I think it would be a DH day / night. And yesterday when Boone was asked about the possibility of when Judge was asked about the possibility of not playing all 3, he sort of smiled and said, we're going to have a conversation about that. So you're right, conversations will occur between Boone, between Judge and the coaching staff and anyone else who enters the fray as they talk about what's best for the team and what's best for Judge. But he looks really good out there. His timing looks good. The toe does not seem to be an issue. And again, I believe in momentum, and I believe in trying to propel yourself forward. And if the Yankees don't have Judge in the lineup tomorrow night, it's a lesser lineup.